I've been thinking about the last couple days about the fact that you can't really run for show in the same way that you can lift weights for show. You go out to Walmart or your grocery store and you see some buff guy or some guy that obviously takes care of himself, is in shape, is very well developed, or you see some construction worker that just has a massive upper back, and you can see his lower erectors, sticking out through the back of his shirt. And you think to yourself, that man can probably move some heavy weight. And so you look at these people and you're like, these people work out. They spend a lot of time in the gym. They're probably very strong, capable people. And, sometimes a lot of people really crave that sense of validation that they get from lifting and looking good. And so, they lift weights to look good and feel good about themselves. And so they go out and, that is something on their mind. But when was the last time you looked at somebody and thought, I bet they can run a 5-minute mile? Me personally, being more of a lifter, I've been working out and lifting for probably like 9 years now. If I look at a runner in public and don't know that they run, probably look at them and think that's somebody who needs to lift some weights. They're looking a little slim. But I mean, really, if some guy spends 10 hours a week in the gym, if you're talking to him, you're probably going to realize, just by the way he's built, that he's in the gym. But you could talk to somebody that runs 50 miles a week at the grocery store, and you could have no idea whatsoever that they're in that type of shape for that mileage. And so, if you want to run, if you want to be a runner, you really have to find that desire and that passion in running for itself, because you don't really get that same validation and credit that you do from lifting, if that makes any sense. And even if you do live in a neighborhood, very busy neighborhood like a suburb, and you're going out for your morning run, and a lot of people see you running, a lot of people can't appreciate the times that you're running or the paces that you're running. In the same way that, if you tell somebody you can bench press, 250 pounds versus 350 pounds, somebody that has no idea about lifting weights does not really understand the difference in a 250 bench and a 350 bench. And I think it's even more so applicable, to runners. Tell somebody that you can run a 6 30-minute mile versus an 8-minute mile. And I feel like running times get downplayed a whole lot. You have to be in very, very good running shape to run a 6-minute mile. That is not something easy for a lot of people. I've struggled with that a lot myself, actually. My fastest mile, probably, let's see, it was a 6:13, which was about 4, maybe 5 years ago at this point. I ran a 6:43, maybe 2 to 3 years ago. And then I ran a few 7 flats last year, and then I think next year I'm going to try to get back down into about a 6:30-minute range. But it's very hard for people to appreciate the paces that you run. And unless you go around bragging about the amount of mileage that you run and the paces that you run, most people will never know that you run. And a lot of people, like I said, won't understand the distance and the paces you're putting down unless they're a runner themselves. And so running is not really appreciated by anybody else unless you're surrounded by a running community with a bunch of friends that run. Running is one of those things that you have to appreciate for yourself, because more often than not, most people are going to look at you and go, that guy's an idiot. You know, he's out here running at 5:30 in the morning and it's 30 degrees. Or maybe you get home from work during the summer and it's 93 degrees and you're going out for a 6-mile run. So anyways, with all that being said, today is Saturday. This is sort of like my second squat session day if I decide to. Saturdays are kind of my day to toss up to do whatever I want. I've got a lot of calf soreness from the 5K that I ran 2 days ago. My upper back and biceps are pretty sore from the pull-ups that I did last night. The forearms are sore as well. I'm going to wake up about probably 6 in the morning and go for a 4 to 5 mile run in the morning, come home, grab my dog Blue, and then take her up to the city park and, you know, probably walk around for a good hour or two and search out some more running routes at the park. So with that being said, today was not a second squat session day. I've got a lot of soreness in the body that I would rather, you know, let recover. So today I decided to come out here and sort of do some mobility stuff and basically do everything that has helped me recover from any sort of ache or injury in the past. So these seated good mornings here, you know, these really help the lower back feel good. What else was I doing? The 10-pound plate deadlift, you know, side to side, basically a Jefferson curl. Those make the lower back feel really good. I've been doing some hip flexor work tonight, some core work, some side glutes, just basically everything I can to polish off the lower body to keep me in shape for a good, you know, 5-mile run in the morning, a good heavy squat session on Tuesday, hopefully a track workout sometime next week. So that's basically what today has been. Very easy, mostly just body weight exercise day, you know, stretched out the glutes some. But with that being said, I'm going to get inside and get to bed, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.